Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley, shop owner of Decade Alchemy over on eBay and Depop, both of which are going to be linked down below. Today I wanted to do a little what sold video. This is for the week of, let's see, I wrote it down so that I would not forget it. I even tried to make a little folder on my phone. That was not so successful, but let's put the dates here. So this is for the week of 12/26/2021 through the the 2nd of January 2022. So that is Sunday to Sunday. Wanted to share with you what sold. So let's start with eBay. eBay, I only had 2 sales. I do list significantly less on eBay. I'm trying to turn that around, purchase some more things in order to do it. But this week I did sell a Johnny Was top. Johnny Was is a top that you always want to look for, not just a top, just a brand. This is one of their little subsections, I think, that they sell at Anthropology, called Pete and Greta. So I picked this up on a whim. I think it was like $4 or $5. It's a semi-sheer white blouse. I picked this up for $4 or $5, like I said. Sold for $35. I did include free shipping. I didn't know I put it on that. I think it was because I initially had that top a lot higher, but I have had it in my inventory for quite a few months now. So I was just excited to see that move, and I still definitely made a couple bucks on it. Then I listed and sold this set of 2 shoe clips, one of which are made in France. They're hematite. They're really beautiful. Comps are kind of all over the board. If I wanted to take the time and let them sit longer, I do feel like I could have gotten more for that individual pair, but I did bundle them with this white sequin pair. I did get both of these at a garage sale. $1 each at most, but I really think it was $1 for like the pair because I did buy quite a few pairs in this purchase, again, many months ago. Happy that I finally listed them, and they did sell about 2 weeks after listing, so I was happy with that, for $9.99 and then $5.50 shipping. So I did make a little bit on the shipping with that one as well. The hematite ones had a little weight to them, so I did want to make sure I had the cushion to do so. So that's what sold on eBay this week. Let's move on over to Depop. It's been okay. You know, the week after Christmas, leading up to Christmas, they're not always the very best ones. So first up, on the 28th, so it was a little bit slow the days after Christmas. I think the 2 eBay ones did sell on the 26th. So I first sold this early 2000s Harley Davidson sort of vest top. It did have a tiny bit of damage on it. I picked this up at a garage sale up north for $2, and it did sell for $15. So I did blow out quite a few things in my shop. Shipping is always paid for over on my Depop as well. So they paid $5 or $6 in shipping, and I was happy again to get that thing moving, especially because I've had it for a little while and it was a little bit damaged. Also on the 28th, I sold this great color block cardigan. Crochet chunky knits are in. I think they're always in. It's a really nice layer because in the winter you can sort of layer on top of them, and in the spring they act as a really great piece to just wear on their own. This didn't have any fancy pants name brand or anything on it. The colors were just great. The quality was heavy, and I sold that for $36.40 plus $8.50 in shipping because that did weigh over a pound. That did go priority mail in a padded flat rate envelope. Also on the 28th, I sold this beige wool beret. I purchased this at a flea market for $1. It did sell for $5 plus $5 shipping. I did sell it for this cheap because when I threw it in the wash, I found that it shrunk a little bit, so it was still completely wearable, as you will see in the photos here. It definitely looked okay, but the inside also had a little bit of color bleed, so since it had some damage, was happy to just move it, still made a couple bucks on it, and then gave someone a good deal. I'm always happy to do that. Also on the 28th was a good day. This is my final sale. I think I made 4 sales that day. I sold this really interesting early 2000s kind of like cyber goth looking thing. I'll throw it up here on the screen. I think it's one of those like hippie brands. The brand was by Avatar, and it's like a tunic that is hooded, and it could be styled a lot of different ways, but some of the keywords that I think were helpful in me selling this piece were listing it as cyber goth. This also was 30% off, so this sold for $26.60. I paid $1 for this at the flea market as well. almost positive that's where I got this. Yeah, because I don't think I picked this up at a thrift shop. I picked it up at the flea market for $1. Sold for $26.60 plus $5 shipping. Then on the 30th, I sold this little tank top. These were like all the rage. It was one of those like micro trends. Like, it was popular for 2 weeks and then no one wanted anything to do with it. I did think this one was cute enough to warrant a little bit more money and selling a little bit more quickly, but I marked it on sale and then on sale again. So it did only sell for $12.50. I probably wouldn't pick something up like this again because they're not my personal favorite thing. I was just kind of testing out a trend, but that ship has absolutely sailed. The only time I would consider picking up something like this is sometimes you find shirts in this style at the bins, and I've tried to sell shirts like this before, even the long sleeve one, different varieties, and you can't really get more than 15 on them. Then I did also sell on the 30th this really fantastic vest. I did mark this one half off as well. I think I could have sat on this one a little bit longer, definitely gotten my full asking price of $35, but I marked it half off. It sold for $17.50. I picked this up for $3.99 at the thrift store, and the buyer did also pay $5 in shipping. So I'm having a moment with vests right now. That's why I'm very much into picking them up. Vests are still popular right now. I wouldn't say don't pick them up. I'm just being a little bit more selective on which ones I do. I did think this one is incredibly cute. I brought it to a handful of markets with me though, and it wasn't able to sell, and so I was happy to see it go for $17.50. Then this is a really great one. I purchased this actually at auction. It is this fantastic faux fur check jacket by the brand Silverado. So it is vintage from the 80s, slightly cropped fit. I got this at an online auction in New Mexico. So I paid $31 for the jacket. And then there was a $9.50 buyer's premium. I also bought a lot of belts, so it's including that as well. But let's just call it $9.50 just for sake of, so $31 plus $9.50, we're at $40.50, and then it was $20 in shipping to get all of the stuff to me. So I'm just gonna tack it all onto this because I have since paid off the total of my spend. So $40.50, let's call it $60.50 into this jacket, and I did sell it for $145. So that was a really fantastic flip. Plus I do still have some of the belts here that are up on my Depop, so I will then get further into the profit. But that was a great sale. I did offer them free shipping on this one, so that did cut into my profit a little bit as well. Then I sold on the 30th this fantastic dress. This is a really great example of sometimes you just need to relist the things that you really like. And I really like this dress. I even really liked how it looked on me when I had it pinned. It was just a little bit too large, not quite worth me taking to the tailor or anything like that, but I relisted it and got my full asking price of $35. I also paid $3.99 for this dress at a thrift store. Denim dresses with the overall detailing, those always do really well. They're definitely a closet staple and go with a lot of different styles. All right, on the 31st, I sold this tank top. This is from my personal collection. I don't exactly remember what I paid. I know exactly where I got it. Let's call it $3.99. I can't see something like this going for more than that at my local thrift store. It may have even been $2.99, $1.99. But I sold this for $17.50. It was a size extra small, and it was just this great 90s burnout, classic, just tight-fitted 90s style tank top. I do pretty well with these. Again, you don't want to be in too much because though this one was a little bit more special, I do think I could have gotten about $25 for it, but I did mark it on 30% off sale. So I was still happy to see it go for $17.50, and again, it was in my closet for a long time, so just wanted it out of my sight. On that same day, the 31st, I did also sell a great pair of 1960s boots. I've sold a pair just like these. I really wanted to price these to move because I've had them in my collection for so long. I took forever to list them though, and that's my fault because I actually had 2 pairs. So I totally forgot about this, was looking in my shoe inventory, and I was like, whoa, let's get those up because I've already sold them. So they sold for full price at $52 plus $12 shipping. They've got that really great mod look. They are faux fur lined lined, which is really great for this time of year, and I wanted to make sure I got them up while the weather is appropriate for fur-lined things. Also on the 31st, I sold another pair of shoes. This I didn't make so much profit on, but when I looked up the comps prior to buying these, I got these at a church rummage sale for $2. It's a really cute pair of clogs. They're made in Brazil. I believe they are genuine leather, but the comps on this brand were not that high. So I sold them for $22.50. That was with shipping included. I think they only cost about $8 to ship. Depop took a $2.50 service charge off the top, and then I paid $2 into these shoes. So, you know, we're looking at like an $8 profit, but I'm not mad about that. I think I'm still happy with that, especially to get the shoes moving along. And then on the 1st, I also sold a little bundle duo, one of which I really wanted to share with you all because this was a surprise find. I'm so upset because I paid $5 for this at the flea market and she had multiple, and I was just kind of taking a chance on it and I didn't look up comps till I got home. I would have bought all of it from her, hands down. So this is an old Paul Frank, and by old I mean like it's just 2000s, like I grew up with Paul Frank, but this is their scurvy little launch or character, which is the skull and crossbones. This is significantly more desirable than some of the other Paul Frank stuff. So this is the little corduroy bag. It did come with a little matching wallet. I sold this for $50, was super excited about that. And then the person had also bundled it with this collar. It's just a really great green and red check plaid collar. I was surprised how long this is in my shop because collars are all the rage right now. I paid $2 for that collar. I may have even paid $1 because I think it was half off day actually. So total, I'm only $6 into these things, sold it for $65 shipped. So I did take care of the shipping. The shipping was only about $5, so really great profit on that one. Also on January 1st, I sold one of these really cute little berets. These are the hats that I paid $1 for over at the flea market. I think I shared these with you in my haul video. Yeah, I did. So if you want to see what other hats I picked up, you could check them out. Berets are very popular. This one was in amazing condition. I sold it for $14 plus $5 shipping. Again, was only in at $1 on this guy. And then finally, we'll actually have a Mercari sale I wanted to share with you all as well. I picked up this mesh black long sleeve top. It reminds me a lot of my Jean Paul Gaultier one. This is by the brand Gossamer. Apparently they're a French, I believe French. I did some research the other night and I'm not quite remembering. I think it's a French lingerie sort of line, but it was a really great mesh turtleneck that had velvet detailing on the sleeves and on the mock neck part of it as well. So paid $4.99 for that and sold it for $45 plus $5 shipping. Was super excited about that. All right, you guys, so final sale was from Mercari. I am totally considering if I'm gonna keep using Mercari. After watching Kat's video, they totally wronged her, Kat the Nurse Flipper. I will link her video down below. But anyway, this sale happened before I caught wind of everything that's going on, and I only have like 5 things listed on Mercari anyway because I just find that people are not willing to pay as much as they're willing to pay on other platforms, even if it is the rightful price. So on Mercari, I did sell this Free People dress, size large. It's a really pretty cream dress. It's got all the embroidery throughout. I took forever to list this. I don't know why. I think I was kind of hanging on to the season, but I thought, why not? Throw it up, see how it does. I had it up for $68. I did send out an offer to everyone for $64. That does include free shipping. So I'm in at $8 on this dress. Mercari takes like 13%, so let's say another $8. So 8 and 8, 16, and then I also had to pay $8 in shipping on this, so $24, but the profit was $64, so I'm at about a $40 profit with that one, so I am really happy that I picked up that dress. So that is it, everyone. That is a week for me. That's kind of like a middle of the road week. Depop's usually a little bit busier than that. I did have a couple, 4 or 5 sale days. That is always kind of like my goal. If I can achieve that, I'm more than happy to do so. But it was a little bit better because I know that that time of year could be a little bit slow for many of us. I am hoping going into the first quarter here to go off very, very strong. So I've listed a lot of things over on my eBay shop as well as my Depop. I will link those down below. But if you guys ever want anything, I could do better pricing than I can on eBay and Depop if you purchase through me directly. So I hope that you found this helpful. Just some things that are either, I don't really focus on trends so much, so I think it's going to be insightful to see these videos. There are things that I pick up year round, some things that I experimented with trend-wise that didn't even really pay off for me. So I just go with my gut. I like the true vintage stuff the most, and I look for good quality fabrics and brands. And so I will continue to do these videos so you can get a little bit more of an insight to that. But thank you all so much for watching. If you found it helpful, please thumbs up, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.